Today we are going to discuss the embryo formation in monocot. In the previous lecture, we have discussed embryo formation in dicot. So the case is going to start with the diploid zygote. As we know, diploid zygote will form after double fertilization. Now this zygote will undergo into mitotic division, and from that one division it is forming three cell. Unlike the dicot embryo formation, and there dicot embryo formation, we have seen that two cells are formed. One is called as terminal cell and another one is called as basal cell. But here when we talk about three cells are formed, the terminal cell, middle cell and the basal cell. Now again the same point will come. The cell which is falling towards the telogen end will be called as terminal cell. The cell is facing towards the micropylar end will be called as basal cell. And the cell which is located in between terminal and basal will be called as middle cell. Now, unlike again dicot embryo formation, the basal cell, there we have seen that basal cell is undergoing into division to form the suspensor cell. But here, the basal cell will not divide at all. Rather, it will enlarge. So I have drawn here that basal cell is enlarged, and from this basal cell the middle cell is going to divide. The middle cell is going to divide. They're going to divide. And it is going to divide in almost all the plane. That is the reason we are not talking about the periclinal, we are not talking about the anticlinal, we are talking about that only division. That is because it is dividing in almost all the plane. Above this we have the terminal cell. Now this terminal cell will give rise to cotyledons. It will give rise to cotyledon. Now we know that we are talking about the monocotyledon. So only one cotyledon will form, right? So this one would be terminal cell. This one will be middle cell. This one will be basal cell. Out of which this middle cell, it will going to give rise to plumule, radical, epicotyle, hypophysis, hypocotyle, suspensor cell. So these are the cells which are going to form from the middle cell. There we have seen that terminal cells individually it is giving rise to the portion of a, you can say, plumule, the portion of cotyledon, and we have seen that the hypophysis is giving rise to another type of cell. But here only middle cell is giving rise to almost all these structure. Now let's talk about how the structures are formed here. After this, just suppose this is your basal cell. Above this, now the middle cell, this which we have drawn here, this middle cell is going to acquire the shape. Such type of a shape it will going to acquire. Right? So this is your basal cell. So above this we have the suspensor cell. Although suspensor cell is quite small here, this is your suspensor cell. Now here we have the plumule, the sheath which is covering the upper tip, that is towards the this and this. The sheath which is going to cover this is called as, means the upper, towards the upper side. Along with this sheath, along with this sheath, this is called as coleoptile. The plumule with the sheath is called as coleoptile in monocots. We never called it radicle or plumule. We better called it coleoptile and coleorhiza, because in monocots the plumule and the radicle are covered by a thin sheath. Right? So this is your coleoptile. This is your coleorhiza. Right? So from here, from here, the dicot, means sorry, the monocot embryo will going to arise. Right? Although this part is not so long, I have drawn like this so that you can get a clear idea about how the structures are formed. This stalk like structure is not so prominently demarked. It is not like that. Right? Later we'll be going to study that. That is cotyledon. Right? Now the portion which is falling here above this, we have this, the portion to which the cotyledon is connected, that is called as cotyledonary node. The portion falling above this and coleoptile is called as epicotyle. The portion which is below this, between coleorhiza and cotyledonary node, is called as hypocotyle. Right? Now the monocot seed is called as you can see, oh, single cotyledon is there. So thus this seed is this monocot seed is called as, or you can say monocot embryo is called as scutellum. Remember this. The whole structure will be called as scutellum. Now if I draw a neat diagram of it, leaving the rest of the part, if I'll draw the neat diagram, I'll get this structure. Cotyledon, coleoptile, coleorhiza. Now question come, where does this basal cell and suspensor cell will go? Nothing. Once the formation of an embryo has been taken place, the basal cell will going to degenerate, the suspensor cell will going to degenerate. So remember this suspensor cell and the basal cell will going to degenerate. Right? Hmm? Okay. So when we talk about the further, that if I'll draw this embryo, if I'll draw this structure in a seed, just suppose I'll take example of a maize seed here. Maize seed looks like this, right? Let's just suppose this whole maize seed have a thin layer, a proteinous layer, which is called as eleuron layer. This is a proteinous layer which consists of nutrients in it and protein in a rich quantity. The center part is quite starchy, which tastes sweeter when we normally have the sweet corns. Then this one, now inside this, if I'll see, the sort of structure is found. So this is the structure is found here. So this is all about the monocot embryo formation.